For 3.5 decades, Revels has successfully fulfilled its mission to celebrate the seasons and cycles of human life through performance and participatory experience. We have cultivated an understanding and appreciation of traditional music, dance, drama, and ritual drawn from the world's cultures. We pursue this mission through musical theater, educational programs, recordings, publications, and community celebrations. We engage people of all ages and all backgrounds in activities that are designed to entertain, to nourish the spirit, and to build bridges across generations and cultures. This is Revels.
We will begin at the head of the procession with George and myself probably on a drum, and any other drummers that want to be there.
The most important thing about Revels is that it's fun. It's fun for everybody in the audience, for everybody on stage, backstage. Night after night, they should come and do it because it's fun. And because they feel that it's important work. And there's something about doing important work that makes it fun. You feel like you're contributing to society, you feel like you're contributing to a community, you're contributing to your own life.
It's a seasonal celebration. We celebrate the winter solstice in the winter. It's a big production because we have a big chorus of children and adults, and we have a brass ensemble on one side of the stage and an instrumental ensemble of another kind on the other side of the stage. We have Morris dancers, and the whole chorus dances at some point, and the children come out and do songs and games, and the audience gets involved. The audience sings wonderful carols with us in a real wonderful way. They carols and rounds. They love it. They just get right into it, and they get up and dance with us in the intermission.
This very, very old feast, which we don't even scrape the surface of, that shortest day has been celebrated from time immemorial. We don't know how far back that goes. We just know that more and more people moved towards that time of the year, and it's always been a special time. And so we're sort of building our edifice on this foundation, which has been layered and layered and layered.
Well, initially it was just about Christmas, but people who were involved in Revels wanted to do. I mean, why do something that's so wonderful once a year? Why not do it more often than once a year? And we've always said that Christmas Revels is really about the winter solstice, going into that darkest time of the year and then coming out of it. So celebrating the other seasons makes sense too. Think of the rituals they have to do with spring, with tilling the earth, with planting the seeds, with summer when we're working in the fields and we're harvesting, and in autumn when we're putting the earth to sleep for the winter, bringing everything in to get ready again for that darkest time of the year. So all of those important markers in the year became important to Revels.
We've had some kind of spring or summer show since 1974, 3 years after the Christmas show started. So it's not new, but we've put increased energy in the last few years into really making it a celebration of the summer solstice. We have collaborations with local schools where we help them. We have residencies, 6-week residencies. And I'm working on a recording, which is one of my favorite things to do, is to take some of the best music from our shows and record them. We have more than 20 recordings in our catalog now, and it's a real pleasure to figure out what people love to hear and what they want to hear over and over again. And record that and represent our shows as best we can. We're not trying to create a show on a CD, but we're trying to somehow represent the best sound that we have and the variety of the sound. and from various cultures that we've represented on stage. And it's an endless amount of music to record. And then there are so many publications that we've got out there. We're working on this wonderful book of sea songs now that's been in the pipeline for 3 or 4 years now and finally coming to fruition. And that's a big book of beautiful, wonderful sea songs, a lot of familiar ones, but then a lot of unfamiliar ones. And a great many songs that we've done in Sea Revels and other productions over the years. So that's very gratifying.
That's always been important. People should be able to do this stuff in their home. And in fact, there are a lot of children that have been in Revels who then bring together their friends in the neighborhood and do Revels kinds of celebrations in their homes. John Langstaff, who was the founder of Revels, loved teaching and loved working with children. He believed that every child can sing, every child can learn to sing. And you know, it's a proven fact that children of a young age can learn to sing and can learn to sing on pitch. And it's just a matter of teaching and training. If they experience the joy of singing as a child, they'll enjoy it all their lives.
So Revels is such an amazing opportunity. Like nowhere else that I know of will high schoolers of not really any real like professional training or anything be part of such a professional show that performs for 20,000 people or something every year, and that's such an amazing thing to be part of.
I do Revels because I love Revels, and I feel like it's such a big part of me and of my life and my family. My family's always been part of Revels. I've seen it since I was little, and I've done it since I was pretty little, and I feel like all the kids and all adults are really welcoming to the kids.
And Revels, a lot of the adults just treat the teenagers like adults, and so you don't feel the age difference really.
Revels is a model of how people can communicate with each other. It gives kids a context of relating to adults in a way that doesn't come about in most social situations. It allows all these generations to create something together at the same time, which is richer because it has all those layers.
And Revels is working on so many different layers at once. It's not just about the music and the dancing and the gravitas that it has. There's also just the culture of the theater. And that in its own right has so many traditions going back centuries. And the kids are just learning stuff from that alone. Preparation, commitment, doing what you owe to someone when you are going to perform. You have to give them your best. That in and of itself brings so many developmental things to the kids.
I think it sends a very powerful message to our audiences when we have kids and adults interacting in very real, honest ways, making music together like that.
And I know that one of the best moments for me was when the two kids came out and played on the stage. Mm-hmm. And part of the best part was to see them, forget the fact they were on the stage playing for the audience, but to see them playing with David and the other musicians that were up there was just so wonderful. Mm-hmm. And to see David really take them in. I mean, David was right there on the end next to them.
Because the band is typically made up of professionals, and they'll come out and do their professional band thing. And having Gemma and I come out added that extra Revels layer of kids who aren't professionals by any means coming out and just playing and having fun and adding that layer to it, which